Hey, everybody. Once again, you are tuned in to Twid Radio. If you haven't been told or just didn't know, Twid stands for that's what I do. And as long as you're breathing, I guarantee you're doing something. We're bringing you the real, raw, the relevant tackling news, dating, marriage, sports, and more. This is where the black community connects, grows, and thrives. That's what we do in our tribes, circles, and communities. So hit that subscribe button and join the Twitter revolution today. Good evening, family. Once again, you are tuned in to Twid Radio. Family, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, if you want to be a blessing, go to my Cashapp. Look at the bottom of the ticker. It's going to be $ capital TWID10. Family, let's get into it. So this woman, she says, leave your church if they aren't able to help you after November 1st. Now, if you don't know what she's talking about, November 1st is when the SNAP program will, if they don't do anything, if it's not a bipartisan agreement between the Republicans and Democrats, then you won't be receiving any SNAP benefits. So, and it looks like they're not going to be able to, in a week, come to an agreement. Usually when this happens, you know, it doesn't get that bad, but it seemed like this time it's a different feeling in the air about the shutdown this time, you know, but who knows? But anyway, let's see what she's got to say about leaving your church if they're not able to help you. I gotta kind of agree with her. I mean, let's listen to her, okay?
If SNAP benefits do not go out in November and you attend a church that you've been tithing to and been giving money to for years, and they are not out in the community donating to the community and ensuring the families are eating, including the families in their own pews, right? And then the families outside in the community, if you're a part of a church and they don't immediately have a plan for what's in place when November 1st hits and people don't get their food stamps, then you need to leave that church.
I'm going to stop right there. Now, she's got more to say. She's got more to say, but I'm going to say this. Just off of that tad bit, I got to agree. Listen to what she's saying. You got a church. You've been tithing. You've been giving. You've been coming to church. What is the church for? See, the church has morphed into something where the people just come and give, and that's fine. But you're supposed to be bringing that for the purposes of the storehouse, so that in times like this, in times of need, your congregants, your parishioners, the people that has been giving, seeding, believing, it's for when times like this arise that you can go to the storehouse and say, okay, Pastor, we're short with this. We're short with that. The government, they're cutting, and we don't have anything. Shouldn't the church be viable? Shouldn't the church be capable of assisting in that need? The lights on the church get paid. The mortgage on the church get paid. The water, everything gets paid in the church by the people. So the church needs the people. Now that the people need the church, you mean to tell me what? There's no answer? There's no reciprocation? Let's finish. Listen to what she got to say.
They're not using their money for what God intended. God intended for the church's money to go to those who don't have enough and to supporting his community and making sure that you can spread the word. And those things cannot happen if you do not donate to your community. So if your pastor or preacher or whoever he is has a Lamborghini and a mansion, and they also cannot afford to feed the hungry in their own.
Well, now they don't even have to have that, ma'am. They don't have to have, let's not be that extreme. They don't have to have a Lamborghini or a mansion. Some pastors may just have a nice, really nice Cadillac in a really nice house. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have to. You're not gonna. As a matter of fact, you're not gonna find too many pastors who are dumb enough to go get a Lamborghini, but they'll try to get as close. They'll try to get as close as possible without, the church looking at them side eye.
Congregation, you need to leave your church. Because listen, people might have a lot of feelings about the LDS church and this and that. The LDS church saved me and my kids, okay? And the LDS church gives so much money, and they have a lot saved. I'm not saying that they are perfect. I'm not saying that they're the perfect stewards of money, but I am saying that the LDS church gives so much, and they have their own food banks, and they donate so much food to local food banks. They're always in service, and I take comfort in that, okay? But if you are attending a church and November 1st, they do not have something planned, they do not immediately make an announcement to help those families who did not get their benefits on November 1st, you're in the wrong place, and Jesus would flip that table. If SNAP benefits do not go.
And, family, I like the fact that, I like the fact that she was talking about age. Well, she compared and contrasted her church. Let me see what's going on. Okay, I'm looking for my music. Anyway, I like the fact that she compared and contrasted her church and said, "Hey, we got issues, but one thing I can testify to is that in my time of need, where I didn't have any provisions, I didn't have, a way to help feed myself, my church, they were there, and they stood in the gap for me in my time of need." And I agree with her. Why would you go to a church that can't help you in your time of need? Oh, it's supposed to be just spiritual need? It can't be financial need? It can't be provisions, food? So what, we're just going to talk about money? I don't have money. I'm in lack. So I'm in total agreement with her. If your church tells you that, no, we don't have it, and you know that you've been investing in that church, what are they helping you with? You don't need a spiritual, you don't need anything spiritual right at that moment, November 1st. No, you need a tangible answer concerning your tangible need. And if they're not there to help you, if you can't go to the pastor and say, "Hey, this and this is going to get cut out, that's going to get cut out. I can't feed my kids or myself. My job, what I'm saying, I'm not able to make ends meet financially. Can you help me?" And then in return, they help you. You need to find you another church. Go somewhere, wherever you got to go. I'm in agreement with her. Don't play yourself don't play yourself like that. Don't just be going, in the same direction as like a sheep for the slaughter. You're just going through the motions every Wednesday and Sunday, going to this church, believing in this church, and in your time of need, not spiritual. We ain't talking about no spiritual, nothing. That's between you and the Most High, honestly. We're talking about tangibly. You need help from this institution, this church. They can't give it to you. You need to leave. Family, you've been tuned in to Twid10. That's what I do. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, family, all praises to the Most High. Peace.